Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the Lords of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim in the elect. This is our few brethren from Great Millstone, Brother Makaza, Matanaya, Nakamia, and myself, Kwana, come to do another edificational lesson unto the hope for the elect. And as you can see, the time is near. Her judgment has been decreed. Alright, it has been decreed from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and by the prophets coming out there, to bring down Babylon that we will see this day very soon. And this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 22, Salakia. Lamentations, chapter 3, and verse 22, it says, "It is the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not." When you go into that word compassion, it goes back to the womb. Alright, matrix, which is true, the elect wouldn't be consumed. Because Esau tried to eliminate all Israel. But the Mosiah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, has preserved us for what? To declare Edom Esau judgment. Alright? So let's jump down to verse 64. It says, Baba Kosha, anybody could hold 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "Render unto them a recompense, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, according to the work of their hands." For all the atrocities they have done against Israel. Alright? Tzlakia. Anybody can go down and read it by time.
From 2 Thessalonians 1 verse 6, it says, "Seeing it is a righteous thing for the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you."
That's one I'll go for something.
Huh?
Go ahead and start. I'll go for something.
Can the scripture say a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble us? So, what it mean by that? It mean that it's not wicked. It's not a wicked thing, or it's not evil thing in the eyes of the Most High to give them the same judgment that we receive. And rightfully so. Because in the law, Lord said eye for eye. So if I don't want to lose my eye, I wouldn't dig on my neighbor eye. That's what the scripture says, to love your brother as yourself. But these nations never treated us so, especially Esau. Esau never treated us so. Esau treated us without mercy. So the Most High say, when he receiving judgment, he's going to receive it just like us, and it's a righteous thing. Now if we go to tell two-thirds now that Esau had to go into slavery, they will say that we're wicked. But what they believe in is contradicting the scriptures, contrary to what the scriptures proves. You understand? They teach based on emotion, we teach based on facts, based on what we're seeing. And the scriptures say, "Prove all things and hold fast to that which is good." And that we hold on to the scriptures, the word, the spirit of Yahushai, that we will live in by, that will have us living this day with the scriptures. So the Most High says a righteous thing to bring tribulation to them that trouble us. That's why we're teaching out here that these nations must go into slavery. And prophecy would say, would back it up. Understand?
This is Joel chapter 3 verse 19. It says, "Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation." As I already precept earlier on in Lamentations 3:22. Alright? The mercies of the Most High. And this is what coming to Edom. Alright? Your blood is about to be shed, because you shed innocent blood. Alright? So let's read them back in Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 65. It says, "Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them, persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord." And this is what coming to Babylon. This place that they call America the Great is about to be wiped out after they be put into captivity and into slavery. Baba Kusha, anybody can read Revelation chapter 13 verse 10. And this is the desire and the hope of the saints. What we're waiting for.
And Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. Outside verse 9. "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Can. So he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity. As your brother just was expounding in the book of 2 Thessalonians. You know, you Edomites, you're going to face that. That's the reason why you're seeing a lot of these Edomites in this time, you know, complaining. You know, trying to reverence themselves and come to play the having pity. Trying to show that they want to be merciful, but you all ain't merciful, you all wicked. And that is where the reproach comes. The children shall complain of our ungodly father, which was all back then in the reincarnation, come back here now. You know? And this is this is what the faith select. This is what the saints waiting for. And waiting for Yahweh to come and destroy you all. Alright? This is Lamentation chapter 4. And I'll read from verse 21. It says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee. But of course, anybody could read Jeremiah 49 verse 12. That cup, what was that cup? The cup of the indignation you have passed on to Israel harshly. And somebody could read Isaiah 47 and verse 6. You know? And to all the other nations, but mainly Israel. Because in the book of Lamentation, alright, he was the only nation specifically mentioned. He was the only nation that was mentioned. No other nation wasn't mentioned. So you can see that the two characters in Genesis 25, Jacob and Esau.
Can.
Yeah. So you can see two characters, and now you come back here and you're seeing again in Lamentation. You're seeing where they mention Edom directly. So the Lord have an enemy that he's going to annihilate for good.
This is Isaiah 21 and 9. Behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images and her gods he had broken into the ground. Understand? And the end coming on who? The end of Esau's kingdom. Because with this scripture said in 2 Ezra, I believe it's chapter 7, when they said the day of doom. The day of doom. You know what? Let me read it real quick. This is, let's read my second. This second is just chapter 7 verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. It said Esau is the end of the world. Esau is the end of that time. Right? And the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that follow. So the end come unto you. Let me read this real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 6. And end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold it is come. The end come on Esau's kingdom. And these will be patiently waiting on to see you Edomites be taken out of the way. As the scripture said, the Lord coming to take him out of the way. You understand? Go ahead.
Bible question, I read Jeremiah 49, verse 12, verse 12 and 13.
God. In Jeremiah 49 verse 12 it says, For thus saith Yahweh, Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Can. Those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, who was not supposed to drink of the cup was Israel. And we have drunken of it. Go ahead, Bible question.
But thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be put perpetual wastes.
Can. That was the city, Bozrah was a city where a lot of Edomites used to dwell. Right? And the Most High said he sworn by himself. Just as what he swore unto Abraham. Alright? he said, I can swear by no other but greater than myself. You understand? And who the Lord swear by? He swear by himself. This is, and I read over this in Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. So that cup coming unto you, just as how we drunk it, you're going to drink it double. The Most High going to recompense unto you double. Alright?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, and verse 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
Come, make haste. The day of the calamities, that's the reason why you see they're pushing so hard to shut down the internet, you know, they're pushing so hard to bring a vaccine and all these different things, because they know what the calamity of the time has come. Right now is their time to be punished, and they're trying to run from it, or they're trying to think that they could fight against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, knowing that these chariots being visible all around the four corners of the earth, which you ain't going to be exempted from.
That's not fair.
Go ahead.
In Jeremiah 25 and 27, it says, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Shemel of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Shemel of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. You understand? As he said, whose judgment was not to drink of the cup. You understand? So they're not going to go unpunished. Pursuant to Amos, he said, not turn away the punishment thereof. You understand? So that judgment not going to escape from you Edomites. As much as you try to distort the prophecies, you could do whatever you want. Right? You could do whatever you want. You could build a military believing that you go fight the Lord when you come in. You could do whatever you want. Nothing in the scripture said not can he deliver out of his hands. You understand? Shall he privy taken from the lawful captive? You understand? You're not gonna escape Yahweh Shemel Shai's hands. Alright, you're gonna drink, and the Lord say you're gonna drink the dregs.
This is Micah 2 verse 3. It says, therefore thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
Come, this time is evil, because all the rest of the time the Most High law all them. But now all the time come. This is Amos chapter 1. So like, can you finish up?
Let me read on a little bit. It says, in that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He had changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away he had divided our fields. And that is the day when the scripture say the plower shall overtake the reaper.
It says the book of Amos chapter 9 and verse 13. It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed.
And the scripture talk about we plowing, or we sowing and not reaping, you know. But them days gonna change. The Most High gonna change the portion of our people. He gonna change it for Esau. He gonna change it for us. He gonna make the tables turn. Understand? So we gonna overtake Esau in that day, and Esau gonna be the plowman, and then we gonna be the reaper. We gonna receive all the good things, all the as the scripture say, the former rain and the new rain. Understand? The former rain and the latter rain. We're gonna receive all the blessings, all the fields, all the gold, all the silver, all the well that Esau stored up. The Most High gonna divide it amongst his elect. Understand? And then they're gonna be ashamed in that day. Them gonna be ashamed that they interfered with the Lord's chosen people in that day. They're going to be vexed that they had us in slavery. Now they're proud. Why they're proud? Because they're saying, hey, basically what they're thinking in the head is that they're stronger than the Most High, because watch out, having people in captivity and they can't escape. But in that day, the tongue will change. Understand? The words will change. There will be lamenting. It will be a parable against them. Now they're mocking us. It's a parable against us. We're being called bywords. Understand? And proverbs, they're going to be the bywords and the proverbs in the kingdom. Everybody going to mock them.
And the scripture said, that city shall now look upon thee. So this is the man. This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. The noise of a whip and the noise of a rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horse and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain. And they're talking about in World War III. Because beginning with Russia, they're going to shoot nukes on America. Right? And America is Babylon the Great, what the scriptures speak of. And a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of the corpse. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through a whoredom and families through a witchcraft. The mistress of witchcraft is to America. You understand? Selling nations through a witchcraft, through democracies. You understand? Destroying the earth. The Lord, the scripture said, I am against you. So now is the end. We reach the end of Esau's kingdom. Right? We reach the end when the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, we can see the prophecies hastening up. Alright? As the scripture, when they talk about Project Warp Speed, all this is prophecy. Revelation 12:12. You know they have a short time. So they want to do everything, hastily. But the Lord, the scripture said, what if his children multiplies for the sword? So Esau, the Lord multiplied Esau to destroy him.
That's right.
Hey, you all don't know they have a short time. They see the men coming out there and prophesying. Scriptures say in Revelation 11, when they saw the two witnesses, they were frightened, I think. They were afraid. So they know that the kingdom near at the end. So that's why they're trying to speed up things. You see, if they didn't have prophets out there, they would have continued doing things at the speed that they were accustomed doing it. But they see men bringing down the kingdom. People waking up. So you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to bring the draconian measures and laws quick, so that they could wipe out the truth. Understand? They can wipe out the man of the Lord. Understand? Now the scriptures say when the enemy shall come in as a flood, the Lord shall rise up a standard against them. And we're going to be that standard. When they think that they're just going to be killing the man of the Lord going to give us that power to fight back against Esau. Understand?
This is Amos chapter 1 and verse 11, and it reads, Thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for 3 transgression of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetual, and he kept his wrath forever, even unto this day. All the biowarfares, the chemical in the water, the food, you have a perpetual hatred against us. And if you hate us, you hate the Most High. Because the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is our Father. And you have a saying that say, well, no, it's scriptural, it is where your Father is. And we is the chosen of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Chapter 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Man, And that is why, as the brother was saying a while ago, they are afraid. Because in Revelation 11, he said, and great fear fell upon them. You understand? When they saw them. Because they know the end coming. They know the end coming, and they know that it's the end of their kingdom. You understand? They know the prophecies, because we're going to deal treacherously with them. Hence the reason they make movies like Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is a depiction just to show what's going to happen to Esau. Esau is going to be in captivity. But the scripture said, King shall be thy nursing mothers. Thy nursing, you understand?
Nursing fathers.
So, we're gonna bow them in subjection. Scripture said we're gonna cast them headlong. Right? This is Nahum 2 verse 10. She's empty and void and waste, and the heart melted, and the knees smite together, and much pain in all the loins, and the faces of them all gather blackness. So the scripture says knees smite together. So they are afraid. They are afraid right now. They are afraid of Jacob waking up. They are afraid of us getting back our heritage. Why is it so important for them to, put out money, millions of money, every year just to keep us hidden from the truth? It must have a significance for that. The reason being is because they want what we have, but they can't have it because it's not for them. Understand? It's not for them. They're looking at the carnal, but we're looking at the physical. You understand? They want the name Israel. Well, God, go and take the name Israel, but the promises is for us and how you want to put it. Well,
I want to hear. This is Psalms 137 and verse 7. It says, remember, O Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
And understand, we're going to rejoice. Psalms 58 and 10. Let me read that real quick. So Psalms chapter 58, verse 10. It says, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the saints. Right? It says, so that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is a God that judgeth in the earth. So Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, he will not judge, as the scripture said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord until he plead my cause. And that is what we do. We bear the indignation until the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai plead our cause. And then he gonna bring judgment upon the wicked until he take the wicked out of the way, which is you Edomites. And 2/3 of our people too. You understand? This is what we're waiting on. We're waiting for that time. That time steadily approaching.
Is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord.
Come. That says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Esau ain't going to get a plane no more, as he said in Malachi, in Obadiah. You understand? He said, well, we are impoverished, so there wasn't few and to come again, to build these cities during the Renaissance period. They think they're going to have this for everlasting, for a long period, forevermore. It says, they have heaped up churches thinking that the tabernacles last forever.
The scripture said the inward thoughts that the kingdom will last forever, which it won't. Understand? Not see the end that the scripture said. Let me read it really quick. This is the book of Psalms chapter 37, verse 12. The wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall laugh at him, for he said that his day is coming. Lord seen your day coming. Lord seen your day coming, so he heading for you. You understand? And you won't be able to escape. You understand? You won't be able to escape.
See, they shall remove their necks.
Can. You understand? That's why you say that if they take they say they wouldn't drink, now they're gonna drink and they'll take it and they will spew. You understand? You're forcing it down the throat. Because the Most High mean that you're gonna suffer exactly what you put Jacob through. And you're not gonna be able to escape. And that is righteous judgment, as the brother read in Thessalonians, is a righteous thing. Can. You understand? Well,
If I could just read that precept right we read just a while ago, let's jump on up on the verse. Psalms 37 verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. As we read in Revelation 13 and 10, the patience of the saints. And they will be waiting for, we will not inherit the earth. And the evildoers, which is Esau, Edom, 2/3 are Israel, and these are the nations. Alright, verse 10 it says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be found. As brother read in Micah chapter 2. You know, the neck shall not be removed. After you survey, the Most High gonna annihilate your race completely. You know? Come, you know? And with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the great millstone. Shalom to the elect.